Zigon Mantilan embody a harmony seldom found in the vast depths of Ayata, the 10th planet nestled within the embrace of its azure oceans, thrives a civilization as remarkable as the abysses they call home. The Yuli, their world, dominated by water with scarce islands dotting its surface, hides a sprawling network of colossal underwater cities, marvels of engineering born from their ingenuity and mastery of torsion field technology. The Yuli's history echoes with the pioneering spirit of spacefaring adventurism, a bold leap into the unknown that reshaped their society forever. Venturing beyond Ayata's confines, they discovered a constellation of inhabited planets within their star system, encountering diverse civilizations with whom they now share cosmic kinship. Amphibious by nature, the Yuli find refuge and sustenance beneath the waves, their physiology ill-suited for dry atmospheres or harsh solar radiation. To traverse their aquatic domain and beyond, they navigate sleek vessels filled with the life-giving waters of their world. Clad in adaptive environmental suits and helmets that mimic their aquatic environment, their existence mirrors the grace and resilience of marine life, akin to fish breathing effortlessly through unchanged fluid. Recently inducted into the esteemed Galactic Federation of Worlds, the Yuli embrace pacifism as a cornerstone of their ethos. Within the nurturing confines of station motherships, meticulously designed to replicate their native habitat, they find solace and connection to their ancestral roots amid the cosmos. Encountering a Yuli is an experience woven with fascination and wonder. Their eyes, radiant and hypnotic, mirror the depths of their oceanic home, captivating all who meet their gaze. Oviparous and adhering to a binary gender system, Yuli females undergo a profound cycle of life, retreating to secluded facilities to nurture thousands of eggs, a testament to their enduring legacy and commitment to future generations. In the expanse of Ayata's azure embrace, where the currents whisper tales of ancient voyages and cosmic kinship, the Yuli thrive, a testament to the boundless ingenuity and unwavering harmony of their aquatic world. In the vast expanse of the Yihili star system, where the yellow glow of a G5 spectral type star casts its intense radiance across harsh and unwelcoming worlds, there exists a beacon of peace and wisdom on the 5th planet, Gas with a species called the Shrug. Gas, a sanctuary amidst inhospitable conditions, sustains life against the odds, nurturing the Shrug, a species known for their tranquil demeanor and deep-rooted spirituality. Proud members of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, the Shrug have extended their benevolent influence far beyond their home planet, establishing harmonious colonies on diverse worlds scattered across multiple star systems. Within the cosmic tapestry of Nataru's galactic diversity, the Shrug are intrinsically linked to the octopod genome, a remarkable humanoid species that spans a spectrum of forms, from cephalopods to ethereal high-density beings akin to those of Andromeda's O. These octopods, renowned for their advanced intellect and disdain for conquest, contribute a rich tapestry of wisdom to the galactic community. The Shrug themselves possess an androgynous nature, a characteristic shared in varying degrees among octopod species. Their reproduction is a marvel of nature, nocturnally inseminate eggs released into gel-like fluids abundant in Garce's aqueous landscapes. Following natural cycles, a metabolic transformation dictates periods of rest, guiding shrug elders into roles of wisdom and guidance within their collective, free from the rigors of space travel and physical exertion. Imposing yet serene in appearance, the shrug embody a culture steeped in kindness, generosity, and serenity, a testament to their deep spiritual roots and harmonious existence within the cosmos. In the heart of the bustling Vuerta system lies Vaturkat, a planetary jewel renowned across the cosmos for its vibrant life and extraordinary leisure offerings. The Vin, an enigmatic humanoid species, call this dazzling world home, their presence shaping its very essence. Vaturkat pulses with an array of attractions that cater to every whimsical desire of interstellar visitors. From the moment one arrives, the air is filled with the tantalizing aroma of maritime blue ale. Ulat, poured generously into every glass.
Ey. Es nimmt.
Hologram decks shimmer in every building, offering virtual experiences that defy reality. Orbiting stations beckon with themed activities, comedy shows, movie theaters screening the latest cosmic epics about Earth and their daily lives, similar to humans due to their non-advanced technological developments. And theme parks, sports, boasting gravity-defying roller coasters that twist and loop through the stars. Man-made beaches gleam under artificial suns, while leisure facilities scattered across Vaturkat's moons provide havens for relaxation and exhilaration alike. Amusement centers hum with the thrill of games and gaming halls where fortunes are won and lost in the blink of an eye. At the forefront of this spectacular tapestry are the Vin, distinguished not only by their azure-hued skin, grey alien ancestry, but also by elongated skulls adorned with intricate patterns that reflect their advanced intellect, spiritual side, and cultural depth. Their luminescent eyes shimmer with a myriad of emotions, their dual ability to communicate both vocally and telepathically, bridging worlds with ease. Outgoing and adventurous by nature, the Vin revel in the art of entertainment and leisure, their boundless energy fueling the pulse of Vaturkat's ceaseless festivities. Yet amidst the jubilance, a nuanced complexity shadows the Vin. Possessing their own distinct culture and ethics, some among them harbor a talent for deception that rivals even Earthlings. These rogue elements complicate the Galactic Federation's efforts to maintain order, their clandestine activities a thorn in the side of cosmic harmony. Despite these challenges, the Vin's contribution to the galactic cultural mosaic remains profound, their pursuit of pleasure and profit interwoven into the fabric of Vaturkat's allure. In this vibrant cosmos of endless possibilities, where the stars themselves dance to the rhythm of joy and intrigue, the Vins stand as both architects and guardians of a world where leisure and ambition converge in a spectacle that captivates all who dare to explore its luminous depths. In the Fyrax system, amidst the radiance of a yellow G8 star, lies the ancient hybrid realm of the Tash. These beings, with their Asiatic features and ethereal pale skin tones, trace their origins to the 8th planet, a sanctuary forged from the remnants of cosmic strife and serendipity. The saga of the Tash diverges from the conventional narratives of the Ashkaru, who once voyaged from the Sirius B systems only to encounter the pervasive corruption of the Ashtar Alliance. For the Tash, their genesis stems from a bold odyssey undertaken by intrepid Nayan scientists. Driven by an insatiable curiosity for resource materials and minerals to amplify their starship's capabilities, they embarked on a mission that fate twisted into an unforeseen encounter with the ruthless Chiakaha Empire. The relentless pursuit of their expedition led to a cataclysmic crash landing on Akron 8th, a desolate frontier where survival seemed a fleeting dream. Yet, against all odds, the resilient Nayan scientists unearthed a haven of fertile grounds and hospitable climes. Here, amidst the verdant embrace of newfound soil, the Tash flourished, renowned across galaxies for their profound wisdom and ingenuity. The Tash elevate their existence through spiritual enlightenment and technological prowess. Their annals intertwine with the majestic lineage of the Anunnaki royal houses of Orion. Due to interbreeding and intermarriages that transcend mere alliances to sculpt the Anak Empire's legacy. Their influence, whispered in the echoes of distant histories, resonates across terrestrial realms, seeding cultures in the cradle of China and the tapestry of Asia Minor upon planet Earth. In the cosmic dance of stars and destinies, the Tash stand as custodians of knowledge, bearers of a heritage woven with threads of resilience and innovation. Theirs is a saga etched in the constellations, where each chapter unfolds with the grace of celestial mysteries and the resilience of a species bound by destiny's intricate weave. The Oturi stand as the singular beacon of advanced civilization within their star system, where they thrive across 2 planets. Originating from a Tal Lyran colony nestled in the Vega Zone, their history is steeped in resilience forged during the Great Lyran Exodus, spurred by relentless Chaka raids. Embraced warmly by the Andromedan Council, they found sanctuary within the expansive Andromeda star systems, settling under the protective glow of HD 1605. A crimson subgiant star vastly different from their ancestral Oturi sun. Radiation from these new dwarf suns sculpted their appearance over generations, enriching their once pale skin with robust melanin tones of brown-orange and brown-blue. Their eyes evolved to shimmer with shades of blue and hazel, endowed with a captivating ultra-reflective gleam akin to the striking beauty found in diverse human heritages on Earth: Indian, Asiatic, African, and biracial. Rooted in a lineage stretching across dimensions within the 3rd physical realm, the Oturi stand as stalwart members of both the Andromedan Council and the Galactic Federation of Worlds. While abstaining from Earth's star-seeded envoy programs, they remain pivotal in the annals of Sol System military campaigns, particularly during the climactic liberation of Sol conflict. Inhabiting their dual planets, the Oturi have cultivated a society marked by cultural richness, technological prowess, and a steadfast commitment to harmony within their cosmic domain. On Shayi, the 4th jewel of the Astrakar star system, The Shayal stand as radiant guardians of ancient lineage and advanced consciousness. Descended from a fabled Pleiadian colony of the distant Pegasus galaxy, these towering 7-foot-tall beings possess a mesmerizing allure. Their luminous skin emits a soft glow, ethereal and captivating against the backdrop of their lush, vibrant home world. The Shayal's most striking feature is their crystalline eyes, shimmering with a piercing silver gaze that seems to delve into the depths of one's soul like arrows of insight. They operate seamlessly as an interfaced collective consciousness, a testament to their deep-rooted unity and cultural autonomy. Although independent of formal galactic organizations, the Shayal maintain profound ties with the 7-3-Canti-1 Pegasus Galaxy Collective, fostering exchanges of wisdom and heritage across cosmic distances. Actively engaged in the Galactic Federation of Worlds, the Shayal are stalwart allies in critical operations, wielding their advanced spaceship technologies and formidable combat skills with precision. Collaborating closely with the Ashtar Galactic Command, they navigate the complexities of interstellar conflicts with a keen sense of strategy and independence. Unbound by formal alliances, they uphold their sovereign status, intervening as they see fit to safeguard peace and justice across the cosmos. Genetically intertwined with Pleiadians and Nor species, the Shayal exhibit features resonant with Nordic, native Incan, and Asiatic Indo-European ancestries on Earth. This genetic kinship underscores their universal heritage and serves as a bridge between distant civilizations, uniting diverse cosmic races under a shared legacy of exploration, enlightenment, and collective evolution. In the vast expanse of the F-65 star system lies Suma'an, a colossal gaseous planet swirling with ammonium-rich clouds that harbor the enigmatic Sumati. These extraordinary beings defy the norms of carbon-based life forms that dominate the Nataru galaxy. While their environment shapes their biological makeup, it is their unparalleled ability to metamorphose that truly defines the Sumati. Amidst the shifting mists of their home world, the Sumati possess a unique gift: the power to alter their atomic structure at will. Unlike conventional metamorphs constrained to biological or vegetal forms, the Sumati transcend these limits, seamlessly transforming into anything imaginable. They can embody the solidity of rock, flow as liquid water, or assume the guise of other creatures across diverse realms. This extraordinary versatility marks them as cosmic artisans of form and substance. The Galactic Federation of Worlds, recognizing both the promise and peril of such capabilities, has deliberated intensely on the Sumati's membership status. Controversy surrounds their potential impact on galactic stability and ethical considerations of shape-shifting across dimensions. Despite these concerns, the Federation acknowledges the Sumati as a cherished and protected culture within its expansive network. Within Suma'an's swirling ammonium storms, the Sumati thrive amidst ethereal landscapes where the boundaries of form and essence blur. Their existence is a testament to adaptability and exploration. navigating realms beyond the confines of mere biological evolution. Amidst the inner recesses of their planet, the Murdrat emerge as a striking of humanoid artificial human hybrids formed with organic organs and a soul consciousness. They look human, but have profound psychic prowess and semi-technological advances developed in their organic brain. Their origins shrouded in mystery from a parallel dimension, they bear distinctive humans from Earth-like features. Their skin on their planet can be vibrant green and blue hues, and eyes aglow with a shimmering golden essence. Within their bustling modern society, the Murdrat are peaceful and weave seamlessly into the fabric of a first-world life, their presence integral to the planet's intricate web of medium-level of technological ecosystems and economies. Collaborating in harmony with other immigrated indigenous species like the Vin and the Tal, they contribute both their unique abilities and strategic insights to create an integrated republic, non-patriarchal or non-matriarchal system which ensures the planet thrives in cosmic balance. Telepathic mastery allows the Murdrat to delve into the minds of fellow beings, forging empathic connections that transcend mere communication.
Die Seele von BMW, wo findet man sie? Dem oder dem? Ja. Aber vor allem hier.
In the depths of their verdant and technologically driven homeworld, where towering flora interlace with crystalline city formations under shimmering bioluminescent skies, the Murdrat commune with the pulse of social life and fashion. Their planet is a first world with a minimalist belief system. They are guardians of newfound knowledge and stewards of cosmic harmony. Their green-skinned figures are testament to both their intrinsic ties to the planet and their role as emissaries of Al, who would like to join their civilization. In the serene expanse of the Olmecan system's first planet, Adara, the Adari flourish amidst remnants of their distant past and the stark realities of their present. Descendants of the Tal and the Ankach Atlantean royals, these refugees traversed the cosmic seas to escape the ravages of the Kiaka onslaught upon their homeworld in the Man system. Ethereal in appearance, their features evoke a unique blend of ancestral ties and adaptive evolution. Their skin, kissed by the celestial radiance of Olmecan's main star, boasts hues of deep brown, laced with azure violet undertones, a testament to their resilience in the face of cosmic adversity. Yet their eyes shimmer with crystalline clarity, inherited from their Ta'al progenitors, mirroring the iridescence of distant stars. In the labyrinthine cities and sprawling settlements of Adara, the Adari thrive amidst a cultural tableau marked by echoes of ancient traditions and futuristic sensibilities. Embracing the sartorial elegance akin to their Ozma neighbors of the fourth planet, they adorn themselves in flowing robes, adorned with intricate patterns and regal motifs. High-necked garments and billowing sleeves have become iconic symbols of their societal fabric, woven into the very essence of Olmecan's identity. Beyond their planetary abode, the Adari's storied history intertwines with Earth's distant past, where a fleeting presence in India left an indelible mark upon local lore. Remembered in the annals of Hindu Vedic texts as the blue or violet race of Anunnaki, they were revered as celestial beings who descended from the heavens, their enigmatic legacy forever enshrined in myth and mysticism. They have close family ties amidst the celestial dance of Olmecan's moons and the shimmering expanse of its starlit skies. The Adari navigate the cosmic currents aboard their resplendent starships. Their elongated silhouettes carve elegant profiles against the backdrop of interstellar vistas, a testament to their prowess in both technological innovation and celestial navigation. Next are a very new, intriguing species that has made recent contact with the Galactic Federation of Worlds and Earth. In the Zenga system, bathed in the crimson glow of its Emiro VC-type star, lies the realm of the Zimox. These ethereal beings, silicone translucent-based skin and towering at 8 feet tall, grace the third planet with their presence. Their existence is a testament to evolution's artistry, their translucent skin adorned with intricate patterns of reticent veins that shimmer softly under the star's radiant embrace. The Zimox epitomize serenity and grace, moving with an otherworldly elegance that belies their formidable stature. Their society is a marvel of collective consciousness, where minds meld in harmonious union through an interface network overseen by a wise central council. Each decision resonates through their interconnected thoughts, fostering unity and shared purpose in every endeavor. Telepathy is the cornerstone of Zimox communication, a silent symphony of thoughts and emotions that transcends spoken words. Their mouths, reserved solely for nourishment, emit complex sound codes that bridge the gap with non-telepathic species, facilitating understanding and cooperation across the cosmos. Amidst the celestial dance of their crimson-starred home, the Zimox have embraced their role as stalwart defenders of peace and justice. Members of the esteemed Galactic Federation of Worlds, they stand at the forefront of conflict interventions, wielding advanced technologies honed within their fleet and 2 strategically positioned space stations. Their interventions are not acts of aggression, but manifestations of their unwavering commitment to safeguarding the vulnerable and upholding cosmic harmony. Within the radiant embrace of the Zenga system, the Zimox thrive as luminous guardians of their world and beyond. In the tranquil orbit of the MA system's second planet, in the gentle hues of its K12V star, resides the MaQo species. These beings, uniquely intertwined with the human genome, have forged a harmonious existence amidst the cosmic rhythms of their stellar home. The MA star, varying in shades from orange to red along its main sequence, casts a warm radiance upon the MaQo's verdant world. Here, amidst rolling plains and lush forests, they dwell within natural, organic structures that meld seamlessly with the environment. These dwellings, fashioned from materials in perfect symbiosis with their surroundings, reflect the Marquio's reverence for nature and their preference for modest living over technological extravagance. Averse to the tumult of spacefaring warfare, the Marquio embody a culture of quietude and discretion. They are esteemed members of the Galactic Guild of Merchants, navigating the cosmos with a keen eye for trade and economic prosperity. Their affiliation with the Galactic Federation of Worlds speaks to their commitment to universal harmony, though they choose to abstain from the envoy programs that beckon others towards diplomatic ventures. In their pursuit of prosperity, the Marquio have cultivated a self-sustaining society that thrives off the grid, free from the siren call of resource-hungry adversaries. Their planet, shielded by the tranquil allure of its unassuming beauty, has remained untouched by the shadows that sometimes haunt more coveted worlds in the galaxy. Amidst the quietude of the MA system's embrace, the Marquio continue to flourish, guardians of a culture that blends humility with prosperity and reverence with resilience. Theirs is a testament to the enduring harmony that can be found when a species embraces the natural rhythms of the cosmos, charting a course guided by balance and respect for all life in the galaxy. Fayargathans are an ancient and advanced extraterrestrial civilization residing in a hidden realm beneath the Earth's surface. This realm is characterized by vast caverns, underground rivers, and expansive biomes teeming with unique flora and fauna, illuminated by a central, radiant core and a second sun that provides warmth and less light than outer Earth, which makes the realm look like a green hue and changes the color appearance of the people who were once Pleiadians and Lemurian colony. The Argathans live inside the Earth because the Earth is not a solid sphere, but rather contains vast interior spaces, accessible through openings at the poles or through other hidden entrances. This has been popularized in legends, eyewitness accounts, literature, and fringe science, suggesting that these subterranean realms are inhabited by advanced civilizations, unknown species, and even remnants of ancient cultures. Many cultures have myths about the city of Agartha. For example, the ancient Greeks believed in the existence of the underworld ruled by Hades, while Hindu texts refer to Patala, a netherworld inhabited by serpent-like beings inside the Earth. Early scientists like Edmund Halley proposed the idea of Earth consisting of concentric shells with separate atmospheres. Later, John Cleves Simmons Jr. suggested that large openings at the poles led to the inner Earth. Argathans in Agartha maintain their tall, lithe builds and their green and brown skin tones, which help them blend into their subterranean environment. Their eyes are adapted to the unique light spectrum of the inner Earth, with enhanced night vision and the ability to perceive bioluminescence emitted by various underground organisms. Argathan cities within Hollow Earth are marvels of organic architecture. They construct their homes and communal buildings within massive geodes and crystal formations, creating structures that resonate with the natural energies of the inner Earth. These buildings are adorned with luminescent plants and crystals, providing ambient light and a serene atmosphere. Agartha is a blend of bioengineering and crystal-based technology. They harness geothermal energy and the magnetic fields of the Earth to power their devices. Their transportation systems include bioluminescent fungal networks and magnetic levitation pathways that allow for efficient and eco-friendly travel. Their medical technologies are advanced, incorporating the unique properties of Hollow Earth's flora and fauna. Argathans have developed regenerative treatments and enhancements that prolong life and enhance physical capabilities. We also want to emphasize that by joining the Galactic Federation of Worlds, you can access technological knowledge sharing and engage in fair trade of goods and resources without currency. If your culture seeks economic expansion, you have the option to join the Galactic Guild of Merchants or conduct independent trade with worlds outside the Galactic Federation of Worlds of Nataru. The same principles apply to armed conflicts. As a member, you have the opportunity to receive automatic assistance from the Federation in times of need. Furthermore, you may choose to participate in operations involving other star systems. It is important to note that participation in conflicts is voluntary, as there is currently no mandate requiring your civilization to engage in warfare. When conflicts arise within a star system, the Galactic Federation of Worlds will issue a call for assistance to nearby member civilizations with appropriate armed forces. While no one is compelled to respond, ethical considerations and honor typically influence decisions. Joining the Galactic Federation of Worlds entails a certain level of consciousness, as members are dedicated to unconditionally protecting and defending justice and freedom. If you enjoyed this episode, we would highly recommend reading CIA and FBI released UFO Files of 2020, Craig Campobasso's book Alien Races, and Elena Darnan's book Encyclopedia Galactica for a deeper dive into these mysteries of Earth's cosmic visitors and ancestors. Please like, share, and subscribe to Astral Legends for a 5th episode. Did you know that humanity is believed to have originated in another galaxy, and that the first humanoid bipedal men were feline-faced extraterrestrials known as Lyrans or Lyrians? The Lyran extraterrestrial race considered the first humanoid man beings of all galaxies. Galactic historians have uncovered compelling evidence suggesting that Lyran DNA is present in all humans, potentially explaining the mysterious missing link between humans and primates. This link may also clarify why Earth is home to such a wide variety of animal species, including lions, thought to have extraterrestrial origins. The Lyrans are said to have arrived from another dimension, fleeing the Lyran-Orion Wars, and seeded Earth with lion-like mammals. Some individuals, known as starseeds, are believed to have incarnations or past lives as Lyrans. Early Lyran humans come from their home planet, Avion, also called Egoria. The original man had 52 chromosomes. They were known for their tall, slender, athletic builds, standing about 10 feet in height with a noble and striking appearance. Males typically had more body hair than females, who had very little body hair apart from their head. Their facial features included long or short feline ears and flat feline-like noses, and they lived for 1,000 to 5,000 Earth years. A feline subset of the Lyrans had more pronounced cat-like facial features. While the Lyrans often preferred to remain distant and avoid physical contact, their strength and energy were comparable to that of Earth's lions. They primarily observed from afar, distinguishing themselves with their feline and lion-like traits, such as vibrant eyes, which set them apart from earlier Patal creations like the Carians and Reptilians. Interestingly, there was something distinct about the Lyran energy of this human race. They are dynamic, highly spirited, witty, fast, and bursting with spontaneity. This energy signature is characteristic of their lineage. All races that spread across the galaxy from the man system carry this recognizable vibration in their genes and energy fields. With a high frequency, this energy can manifest in two ways: as a restless drive for speed and adventure, often overwhelming, or as a high-level hermetic vibration of spiritual wisdom. In either form, they can be difficult to connect with unless one can match their frequency. Through countless genetic engineering cycles with bipedal mammals resembling apes, the humanoid form known as the cosmic Adamic human emerged. However, it was an upright lion mammalian man. This genetic lineage, known as the royal line of Igoria, or the House of Avion, became more prevalent than the purebred felines. With their elevated consciousness, the Lyrans have an extraordinary ability to manipulate nature and their environment, bending it to their will. They cultivated vast gardens, practiced biofarming, and created living architecture drawn from the essence of forests and grasslands, reflecting their nomadic tribal way of life. While many Lyrans embraced a rich, sensual, and harmonious existence, others formed the first royal monarchies in their more technologically advanced societies, setting them apart from their nomadic kin. For millions of years, the Lyran civilization flourished, with their empire spanning from the Vega constellation to the star systems of Vulpecula, Hercules, Draco, and Cygnus. Vega, the brightest star in Lyra, was home to their celestial capital planet Avion. Also called Igoria, Avion was a paradise planet similar to modern-day Earth, boasting mountains, lakes, rivers, oceans, and diverse ecosystems teeming with life. Lyra is the original home to a vast array of worlds, and is the main cradle of the first humanoid species known as man. No equivalent name exists for this constellation, as the lion that forms in Earth's sky is merely a visual alignment unique to the planet. Although many man worlds are connected to some of the oldest cultures in the cosmos, there are four main humanoid races related to Earth humans known as the Tali, the Ahel, the Nor, and the Leani. A wide variety of non-humanoid species also inhabit this region, including pacifist indigenous reptoid races like the Afim Skiansi. Considered master races, The two primary genetic strands evolving from these four worlds shaped much of the planetary systems. The Man star system, also known as K62, is located 1/200 light-years away and is the birthplace of an extremely ancient humanoid culture. From here, this civilization spread throughout the galaxy, seeding worlds from Avion to eventually Earth. The star near their home planet was named Mana, meaning the mother.
Wir Nancy. Was für ein Unglaub.
The four first humanoid races of man have Lyran ancestry. The first man race of Lyrans are the Layani or Layan Lyrans, a lion-feline hybrid species. The skin tones and body hair of the Layani ranged mainly from very light olive skin and occasionally blue to golden brown, and they have head hair colors that range from blonde, red, and dark brown. These 12-foot-tall beings were covered in smooth, short fur, giving them a humanoid appearance with prominent feline lion features. Their lifespan is 1,000 to 5,000 Earth years. They have eyes in a variety of shades, with amber and turquoise being the most common. They are graceful and value beauty, culture, and art, especially music and poetry. The Lani are among the first to establish planetary colonies and ancient foundations until the Chiakaha invasion decimated their population. Survivors escaped to the third planet, Omankera, which was home to the Tali and served as the central hub of the system. Their homeworld, Igoria, was devastated, its lush vegetation stripped and transformed into a reptilian mining facility. Igoria's unique flora displayed colors not seen anywhere else, such as golden magentas, pinks, and purples, while the purple sky shimmered with multiple moons surrounding. The Lani built cities from crystalline materials and cherished beauty, culture, and the arts, particularly music and poetry. They played an active role in the Galactic Federation of Worlds, making significant contributions to galactic diplomacy. During a pivotal moment in the Orion Wars, a Lani prince who had golden red hair and blue skin, named Alarian of House Rateth, known for his visionary leadership and peaceful diplomacy, sought alliances with the neighboring Andromedan galaxy. With the Lyrans stretched thin across many star systems, Illyrian realized that brute force would no longer win the war against the overwhelming draconian forces of Orion. He traveled to the Great Council of Andromeda, negotiating a secret pact that would provide Lyran forces with access to Andromedan Stargate technology. This would allow the Lyran royals to move their forces across vast distances in an instant, outflanking the Orion forces. It is said that the agreement came at great personal cost, as Prince Illyrion had to offer his family's ancient crown, an artifact of immense cosmic power, as collateral to the Andromedan High Council. This bold move turned the tide of the war temporarily, giving Lyran forces a much-needed advantage. However, the Crown's absence left House Rateth vulnerable, as their power and influence waned without the sacred relic. Though Alarion succeeded in his goal, the fate of the house hung in balance for centuries. One group of escaped Lyrans found refuge in the vast Andromeda galaxy. Here, amid the swirling nebulae and the cosmic energy of a new realm, the Lyran settlers began to evolve. Over millennia, the energies of Andromeda reshaped them, transforming them into a race we now know as the Andromedans. These Andromedans inherited the core spiritual teachings of the Lyrans: peace, harmony, and the sacred balance of the universe. Yet, they went further. In the Andromeda galaxy, they became more ethereal, their consciousness expanding beyond the physical realm. While the Andromedans grew in the Andromeda galaxy, another group of Lyrans journeyed to the Arcturus star system, one of the brightest beacons in the night sky. There, under the light of Arcturus, the Lyran settlers began to evolve again, shaped by the unique vibrations of their new home. In time, they became the Arcturians, one of the most spiritually advanced and technologically proficient civilizations in the galaxy. The Arcturians embraced the Lyran legacy of wisdom, but their evolution took a different path. They became renowned for their mastery of healing, energy work, and ascension technologies. However, Omankera soon became the target of another invasion by the Draconian Empire. The Tal, also known as Tali, originate from the Safari homeworld in the Man system, known as Omankera. Predecessors to the Ahel, the Tal display a striking diversity in their skin tones compared to the Lani. Tali typically have darker golden brown shades of fur and skin with spirally, woolly, or curly lion-like hair, along with subtle feline features. Once a fearless warrior race, they have since evolved into a more peaceful and civil society. Tall, athletic and spirited, the Tali are pacifists who live by a strict code of ethics, which sometimes leads others to mistakenly perceive them as cold or emotionless due to their reserved nature. On their home planet, Omankera, the Tali governed the Man system under a hierarchical monarchy. This structure consisted of a ruling monarch presiding over a council of 25, followed by an assembly of 300 senators. The Ta'ali and Lani Liran people interbred and intermarried on a planet and climate similar to Earth but 3 times larger, called Casta, in the Ashkera system of Vega, creating a distinctive race known as the Katai, and later the native Syrians who have elongated heads, not to be confused with Lyran Syrians. These beings are characterized by their darker carbonated tones from dark browns and red tones with African Asiatic feline humanoid features. All African and Asiatic races on Earth share lineage with the Ta'ali and La'ani Lyrans. The genetic blending between these ancient Lyran races manifests in populations that span from East Africa and the Arabian Peninsula to Southeast Asia, tracing their ancestry to this union in Sirius systems, where they adapted to the environmental conditions of their new worlds. The Katai lifespan is 1,500 to 2,000 Earth years. They prioritize the arts, spiritual growth and diplomacy, placing these values above conquest. Due to their established relationship with the Anak-Atlantean prince, Enki, the Katai, Syrians and Tali refrain from interfering with Earth. However, the reptoid Syrians have joined the Ashtar Collective, which is the malevolent group of species in Antarctica. An important note is that the Katai also interbred with numerous Atlantean royals of the Anak Empire. A master royal geneticist named Ningish Zida used the DNA of the Tali Lyrans and Ahel Pleiadians to give rise to the Mesoamerican, Latin, Pacific Islanders and indigenous peoples of North and South America, merging Tali and Pleiadian lineages. From this fusion, the Nazcals, a distinct group of Katai and Lani alongside the Amara Cove peoples, emerged and established many of the earliest Lemurian Mesoamerican colonies on Earth. The Lyran royal houses were a legendary aspect of the universe's galactic history, revered by many as the progenitors of numerous starseed races, including humans. The Lyran system, often said to be the cradle of humanoid civilizations, birthed a number of royal houses whose influence stretched across the cosmos and later into Atlantis and Lemuria on Earth. The House of Arakan is one of the most prominent royal houses of Lyra, known for its bold leadership and expansionist philosophy. Its lineage traces back to King Jarion. Arakan, a ruler famous for establishing Lyran colonies across the Vega star system. Jarion, often called the Sky King, he is the white giant lion many starseeds see in their dreams. He was a master strategist and united various star systems under the Lyran banner through diplomacy and military prowess. King Jarion won an ancient duel with reptilian Emperor Sauron. However, Sauron survived this deadly encounter. King Jarion Arakan, the most revered ruler of the House of Arakan, met a tragic end during the latter stages of the Orion Wars. Despite his great strategic mind, Jarion's decision to confront the Draconian fleet head-on proved to be his downfall. In the Battle of Vega, Jarion's fleet was overwhelmed by the sheer force of the Draconians' advanced weaponry. The death of King Jarion sent shockwaves throughout the Lyran civilization. His son, Prince Kyle Arakan, assumed leadership, but was unable to fully recover the strength of the Arakan house. Nonetheless, Jarion's legacy as the Sky King and his role in expanding Lyran influence across the galaxy remains a source of inspiration for future generations. His reign is remembered for the golden age of Lyra, a time of technological advancements and flourishing trade routes across the galaxy. Groups of the ancient house had colonies on Earth. The House of Valoris is known for its mystical and spiritual rulers. Queen Seraphel Valoris, one of its most famous leaders, was said to have a deep connection to the cosmic energies, allowing her to communicate with higher dimensional beings. Under her guidance, the Lyrans explored esoteric knowledge, mastering energy-based technologies and unlocking the mysteries of consciousness. The Valoris dynasty is known for its focus on spiritual growth and the expansion of interdimensional travel. Legends tell of Seraphel's ability to traverse the astral realms and consult with the Galactic Council of Light. Princess Iliara of the Lyran House Kisola was known not only for her beauty, but also for her mastery of cosmic dance, an ancient Lyran art form that combined martial skill with the flow of cosmic energies. During the height of the Orion Wars, the Draconians launched a direct attack on the capital of her homeworld, hoping to shatter the morale of the Lyran people by capturing their royal seat. Instead of hiding, Princess Iliara chose to meet the invaders herself. On the steps of the Crystal Palace, she engaged in a cosmic dance that radiated energy across the battlefield. Each movement of her body channeled the force of stars and galaxies, turning the energy of her enemies' weapons back against them. Her dance became a devastating defense, cutting through the Draconian legions. The battle became a legend across the Lyran systems, as Princess Iliara stood alone in a sea of destruction, her dance flowing like an ancient celestial river. Today, her people still believe that she dances among the stars, forever watching over Lyran worlds. The House of Taikar is a warrior dynasty, renowned for its martial prowess and discipline. The King Alien Taikar led the Lyran forces during the Orion Wars, a series of cataclysmic conflicts that pitted the Lyran Federation against the reptilian Draconian Empire. Known as the Shield of Lyra, King Alien's leadership was instrumental in defending the Lyran colonies from Draconian invasions. Although the war eventually led to the destruction of many Lyran worlds, the Taikar House remained resolute, forging alliances with other galactic powers to push back the reptilian threat. The House of Zolaris is associated with the intellectual and scientific advancements of Lyra. Queen Amara Zolaris was an influential leader, credited with the invention of torsion field technologies that allowed the Lyrans to harness free energy from the fabric of space-time. This technology played a crucial role in creating advanced starships capable of interstellar travel. Queen Amara's reign was marked by an era of enlightenment, where exploration and knowledge were held as the highest virtues. The Zolaris House also worked closely with the Andromedans, Arcturians, to ensure peace and stability in the Lyran territories. The House of Kalor ruled the oldest and most sacred lands of the Lyran system, often referred to as the Heart of Lyra. King Arian Kalor is remembered as the unifier of the Lyran houses. Before his reign, the Lyran system was divided among various factions. Through a combination of diplomacy and military action, Arian forged alliances between the royal houses and established a cohesive Lyran federation. His greatest achievement was the signing of the Covenant of Lyra, a peace agreement between the royal houses that lasted for millennia. His descendant is Tiberion of Sirius, the forefather Lyran of the Anak-Atlantean Empire. The exile of House Kalor is seen as a bittersweet chapter in Lyran history. While the destruction of their homeworld marked the end of the Lyran Empire, it also led to the spreading of Lyran wisdom and knowledge across the galaxy. Many starseeds on Earth today claim to have ancestral connections to the Royal House of Kalor. One of the most significant events in Lyran history is the Orion Wars. These wars spanned millennia, with numerous kings and queens from different royal houses contributing to the defense of the Lyran star systems. King Alien Tykar's leadership during the final stages of the Orion Wars is legendary. His tactical brilliance and alliances with the Pleiadians and Andromedans helped turn the tide of the war. The ultimate victory came at a great cost. The Lyran homeworld was destroyed in a final cataclysmic battle, leading many Lyrans to flee to other parts of the galaxy, including the Pleiades, Sirius, and Earth. The Lyran royal houses left an indelible mark on galactic history. Though many of their homeworlds were destroyed during the Orion Wars, their influence continued to spread as Lyran survivors integrated into other star systems. Today, the Lyrans are seen as the ancestors of many humanoid races, and their royal houses are often revered as the spiritual and cultural foundation for civilizations in the Pleiades, Sirius, and even Earth. Orant, the fourth planet in the Ashkara system, is a massive gas giant inhospitable to carbon-based life, but home to unique acid-based organisms. Among its many moons, only 2 possess magnetic fields strong enough to support ecosystems. One of these moons, Urantica, is the homeland of the Uraman, a striking hybrid race born from Lan refugees who fled the Man system in the Lyra constellation. Over time, the dominant Lani genes overtook the indigenous Urantican population, blending the original humanoid race into obscurity and erasing their distinctive feline traits. Despite this genetic merging, the Uraman thrived, expanding their influence across the Ashkeran triple star system. Renowned for their expertise in genetics, their profound wisdom, and their diplomatic acumen, the Uraman are widely respected across the galaxy. Meanwhile, on Shaitakura, the 7th moon of Shayat, the Urma Lyrian people continue to flourish. The Urma are prime descendants of Earth's majestic lions and cats, possessing their fierce, regal features but in humanoid form. Sharing an ancient lineage with the Uraman, their kin, the Urma too, trace their roots to the proud Lani colonies. Together, they journeyed from their home on Shayat's moon, once roaming the tribal lands of Igoria. The Urma are a people of deep pride, guided by an unwavering code of respect and honor. Although inherently peaceful, they are formidable warriors, willing to go to war with fearless resolve when the defense of their world demands it. Integral members of the Galactic Federation, the Urma actively participate in the Starseed Envoy program, a mission designed to guide and support worlds, particularly those once dominated by the Nebu Empire, as well as any civilization seeking aid. However, only Stage 3 directive worlds qualify for such interventions. Earth's Envoy program, in particular, sees a significant presence of Urma-Lan envoys, known for their warrior spirit and steadfast commitment to truth. These envoys take an oath to expose and dismantle deception, lies, and manipulation, standing as guardians of integrity across all realms. Beyond these systems lies the Almiron system, located 205 light-years from Earth. Composed of 7 planets, the main one is twice as massive as Jupiter and takes 407 days to orbit its sun. The second planet, also quite large, has a staggering orbit of 111,000 days. 3 planets in this system host human colonies. The Borough system, located 440 light-years from Earth, has 2 planets inhabited by reptiloids and a Lan colony. The Daran system is home to 6 planets, inhabited by a reptiloid species, while the El Haziel system is a trinary star system composed of a yellow star orbiting a binary pair, inhabited by Noor humanoids. In the El Fractal system, which consists of 4 planets, the residents are Tal humanoids. The Ataman system, with its 4 planets, harbors many unique life forms, though none have yet reached a galactic-level civilization. However, human colonies of Tal and Ahel have established outposts here. The Dearest system is composed of 3 planets, occupied by both reptiloids and Lan humanoid subspecies. In the Hugaliot system, only one of its 3 planets is habitable for a proper civilization. The colonies there are a biracial branch of Ta'ali and Lani humanoids, known as the Ayal. Their varied features, including skin and hair colors, trace back to their Lyran heritage. The Ring Nebula stands as a place of interdimensional vortexes, offering easy access to countless destinations. This prized strategic portal was the primary motivation behind the Chiaka Empire's invasion of the Man system, due to its abundant resources and its protection of the vortex by a humanoid civilization. After the conquest, an agreement was made with the Tal government to re-establish an outpost in the nebula on their behalf. Across the galaxy, all of humanity shares Lyran ancestry, but specific races trace their lineage to distinct Lyran bloodlines. The African and Asiatic Indo populations carry genetic ties to the ancient Ta'ali Lyrans, their descendants the Katai, and the technologically advanced Syrians. These influences shape the spiritual and resilient nature of Afro-Asiatic peoples. In the Middle East and Asia, a blend of Ta'ali, La'ani, and Ahel lineages contributed to the formation of Afro-Asiatic and Greco-Indo-European civilizations, resulting in a synthesis of strength, adaptability, and spiritual leadership. Europeans trace their ancestry to the La'ani Lyrans and the Ahel Noor races, passing down traits like pale skin, creativity, and a focus on diplomacy, which shaped European innovation and culture. Indigenous American populations emerged from the fusion of Tali Lyran, Ahel Pleiadian, and Mesoamerican genes, forming deeply spiritual cultures that maintained a strong connection to their land and cosmic heritage. The Atlantean Anak royal family of Anu and Alalu were royal hybrids of draconian reptilian and Lyran Syrians. They are the legendary ancient aliens who came to Earth and engineered humankind. Today, many humans still carry Lyran genetic markers, or are Lyran starseeds who have lived past lives as Lyrans, or are part of the lineage. These ancient genes, woven into the DNA of modern populations, are believed to influence physical traits, spiritual inclinations, and cultural expressions. Whether through physical characteristics like skin tone and hair type, or through a deeper inherited connection to the cosmos, the enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for weekly content on ancient galactic mysteries, legends of the astral cosmos, and the hidden esoteric history of the universe. Stay tuned for episode 3 of the Emerald Tablets. May the eternal light forever guide your path, and we'll see you on the next episode. Million years in the past, survivors from the Lyran system, who once rejected technological progress, evolved over eons on various planets. Their apprehension about technology waned, enabling them to colonize and traverse distant stars, and to finally battle on the same playing field as the Draconians. Initiating a fresh migratory wave, these feline humanoids were astounded to unearth burgeoning different civilizations around them. Lost to ancient lore, their shared ancestry became obscured, making each encounter with other species and worlds seem like a novel discovery. Yet, these were merely their kin, sprouted from the same Lyran seeds back on Avion. Over epochs, varied evolutionary paths, interbreeding, and genetic interventions rendered a mosaic of various races of humanoids, each distinguished by size.
Schwätzli sind Schwätzli. Sind Bettibosse, 1000 Ideen für jede Küche.
Complexion, and consciousness. In this vast expanse, the omnipresent Draco and their eminent Chiakar leaders influenced numerous races, including the Greys of Zeti Reticuli. Notably, certain humanoids in Orion, majorly the Avion genotype from Vega, known as the Ahel Pleiadians, found consonance with the Chiakar's expansive pursuits, culminating in the formation of the Orion Empire. The tensions and disagreements between the Federation and the Empire were in the main. The early war were initially over territory, but it became a war of mindsets and ideologies, and many were prejudiced against other races of who were under either side. On the one hand, there was a group of human hybrid races that had joined forces in the Federation. Many of its members recalled well their subjugation at the hands of the Draco Empire, and therefore rejected the ideas of colonization and intervention in other worlds. They became committed to the idea of service to others. The philosophy of service to self began innocently enough in the minds of its adopters. It proposed that if everyone prioritized their own needs, the collective would naturally be cared for, which sounded promising. However, what ensued was a paradigm where service to self came at the expense of others, perpetuating the familiar cycle of victim and oppressor on our own planet. This struggle between the Federation and the Empire became known as the Orion Wars, named such because most of the fighting took place in and around the Orion system. The war lasted for millennia, and while there were truces and times of greater peace, the general trend was one of conflict and countless generations that grew up with war, death, slavery, desperation, and strife constellation wreaked havoc on numerous life-bearing planets. It was often remarked that the night skies were perpetually illuminated by stellar explosions, visible to the planet's dwellers. Over time, a multitude of inhabitants chose to flee, seeking refuge from the looming threat of subjugation or annihilation by the Empire. Such dire circumstances led to the fracturing of families, and numerous species inclined to resist the Empire faced brutal extermination, an atrocity paralleling the genocide inflicted upon the Jewish population on Earth. Furthermore, planetary detention facilities were established to incarcerate species and races that were less technologically advanced and had no strength to fight the Empire. Roughly 12 million years ago, in the constellation of Sirius, the Galactic Federation held council. One group of Lyran humanoid refugees had found a new solar system and settled on an evolved planet first called Maldek. But wherever these refugees went, the Draconians and the wars kept coming closer. The Syrian Lyrans initially did not want to get involved, but tensions were rising, and soon occasional fights erupted between the different factions of refugees as to which course of action would be best. The worlds of Sirius were mainly inhabited by refugees, reptilian, Lyran and mammalian crossbreeds who had fled the ceaseless wars and battered planets in Orion to find peace and solace. It was there the Syrian solution was established. This solution would be the origins of the Anunnaki Royals and later Atlanteans of Nibiru. In order to find peace, one of the federations proposed a creative plan for conflict resolution. Inspired by the idea of an alchemical union of opposites, they suggested to the Empire and the Federation a marriage between royal lineages to create a common ruling dynasty, mixing the genetics of humanoid members of the Orion royalty reptilian humanoid princess named Tiamat with a high-ranking royal blood member of the Federation, a Lyran prince humanoid man named Tiberian. The strategy of blending lineages through marriage and crossbreeding was initiated, leading to the emergence of a new royal hybrid lineage. This lineage was characterized by its muscular, towering stature, elongated skulls, and skin tones that ranged from very pale, albino, to shades of dark blue or red, embodying a warrior-like humanoid form. These hybrids are recognized in historical records as the Anunnaki, or, subsequently, the Atlanteans, revered as the divine beings of ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia, Greece, Africa, India, Rome, Atlantis, and as depicted in the Old Testament. Unfortunately, the marriage and subsequent new royal lineage did not have the result that the Syrians and the Federation had hoped for. Because of their different heritages, they were a race divided amongst themselves almost from the start, and it would prove difficult for the Anunnaki royals to unite as one family, or to hold to one set of principles for all the galaxies. Also, many races refused to pledge their allegiance to the new dynasty because they disagreed with any genetic manipulation that included reptilian DNA. However, this union did create a peace that lasted for a few 100,000 years with the Anunnaki royals ruling. For warfare once again exploded throughout the galaxy. Subsequently, the situation of the Orion Wars transformed with the birth of a remarkable child in Sirius. This child was believed to be the inaugural incarnation of Christ consciousness in our realm, and sent by Yahweh, later recognized in future epochs and many myths as Merlin. Wielded fifth density capabilities and seventh density abilities, manifesting as miracles. Prophecies foretold that this being would have the power to incarnate at will, with a soul so powerful it could transcend space-time. As an adult, this being possessed the ability to resurrect the dead and create planets and galaxies with merely thoughts, propagating teachings echoing later peaceful luminaries like Yeshua or Buddha. Merlin advocated unconditional love and forgiveness, eventually dissolving entrenched dualistic perceptions, which led to a truce between the Empire and Federation. This newfound understanding heralded an ascension in collective consciousness, culminating in the elevation of vast populations into higher densities. Under this newfound peace, the Orion Empire metamorphosed into a matriarchy, with the reptilian royal queen named Tiamat, the dragon queen, at its helm. She was given the luscious planet Maldek as a gift from her husband Tiberian, where they proclaimed the planet to be named after her. With long eons of peace, the 13 new humanoid reptilian hybrid families that sprouted from Tiamat and Tiberian persisted in the ancient reptilian ways, which can be found in the Illuminat. These families, ancestors to the present-day Cabal or the 13 royal bloodlines, sought only for self-service and dominion over resources and power. The Draco fleet, driven by an unending quest for new planets for farming and mining to sustain their race and uphold their vast infrastructure, was in a perpetual state of expansion and movement. Approximately 365 million years ago, two Draco-reptilian brothers, aboard a scout ship of their reptilian fleet, discovered that Tiamat the planet was missing a tidal system necessary for accelerating life's evolution. To address this, the Siaka Empire introduced a strategically positioned hollowed-out planetoid, now known as the Moon. Moon, enigmatic observations multiply. Puzzling aspects include its disproportionate size compared to Tiamat, later known as Earth, surprisingly lightweight, mathematically precise placement relative to Earth and the Sun, and synchronized rotation, always revealing the same face. Additionally, modern astrophysicists have found evidence that suggests the Moon is hollow, with metallic properties beneath its surface. Anomalies on the Moon have been reported by past astronomers, including figures like Plato and Sir William Herschel, for centuries. Considering the Moon as an artificially constructed planetoid satellite, which aligns with Occam's razor, simplifying these mysteries. Presently, the Moon served as a command hub for the Milky Way segment, a neutral zone inhabited by representatives of various civilizations of the Empire and Anunnaki of Atlantis. It also hosts the system broadcasting the artificial third density matrix to the planet. 300 million years ago, first reptiles on Tiamat, or Earth, 252 million years ago, as Tiamat or Earth oxygen levels rose, making it less suitable for the Draco.
Get more with
They
Super
intervened
Duolingo.
with an
Go.
asteroid impact to elevate CO2 levels and eliminate weaker species, paving the way for dinosaur dominance. 227 million years ago, dinosaurs proliferated, with carnivorous species vital for crossbreeding. Draco soldiers and herbivores left to grow as a potential protein source. 200 million years ago, to combat rising oxygen levels, the Kirkar orchestrated another asteroid impact, targeting burgeoning mammalian species competing with dinosaurs. Then, interstellar involvements took center stage with the Tau, an ancient builder race, establishing a base in modern-day Antarctica in response to continuous Draco interventions. Many intergalactic civilizations were flourishing. Trade and exploration connected systems like Orion, Sirius, part of Lyra, Draco, Vega, and the Pleiades. This attracted various civilizations to our solar system, leading to confrontations with the Draco. Primitive civilizations in Lyra and other unaware races remained undisturbed by more advanced entities, adhering to non-intervention policies. However, some reptilian factions, devoid of such principles, took control of these civilizations, enslaving and conducted genetic experiments on them. Over time, a myriad of breeds emerged due to the Draco's genetic programs and the natural evolutionary processes. The universe saw a plethora of races like primates, reptilians, canines, avians, felines, amphibians, insectoids, and more. Some advanced races even transcended physical forms, existing as pure love-like unions. Reptilian races predominantly inhabited Draco, Orion, Sirius, and various colonies across the universe. Some reptilians evolved spiritually and developed positive affiliations. Particularly, some from the Alpha Draconian branch achieved a 5D vibrational state, harmonizing with other 5D races. From 200 million to 22 million years ago, the universe witnessed a generally harmonious evolution, interspersed with occasional conflicts and upheavals. Initially, the reptilians began settling on Mars, where they soon faced sanctification by the local civilizations due to their malevolent disposition. It was during this time of peace throughout the universe that the being known as Merlin had the idea to create a system of living libraries planets that contain flora and fauna from hundreds of other worlds to act as a kind of storehouse for genetic material from lost worlds. Earth, which was once Tiamat, was already quite diverse and was one of the 12 planets in the galaxy selected to act as living library or storehouse. It was then thousands of races also journeyed here under the protection and rule of Queen Tiamat.
Introducing the Duolingo family.
Different plant and animal species. Octopus, mushrooms, orchids, lions and canines, etc. Many of them stayed for a while, delighting in the rich lushness of Tiamat. The dragon queen Tiamat herself helped seed life and created a giant androgynous humanoid race called the Namlu-U to act as guardians of the living library on Tiamat, which would one day be a piece of planet Earth. The Namlu-U were the race that ancient Greeks called the Titans, the giants that were the parents of the gods, meaning a race of 50 to 60-foot tall humanoids who existed here before the Anunnaki arrived. This era of peace and harmony would last throughout the galaxy for approximately 5.5 million years, until the next great war, known as the War in Heaven. A group of 15 royal bloodlines from Orion, known for their dark and violent history, took refuge on Maldek, exacerbating the planet's decline. These beings, possessing powerful multi-dimensional capabilities and various avatars, influenced Maldek's inhabitants, descendants of a defeated reptoid lineage from Earth, towards self-serving ideals, technological reliance, and control, further spiraling the planet into decay. This shift towards aggression led to threats against peaceful Martians, escalating to demands for Mars to surrender its territory or face conquest. The conflict drew in aid from the Pleiadians, summoned by Martian appeals, which Maldek interpreted as provocation, leading to a violent clash. Maldek used advanced electromagnetic gravitic technologies against Mars, deploying toxic chemical bombs that devastated the Martian atmosphere and population, with survivors fleeing to Sirius, the Pleiades, or Earth. In retaliation, the Pleiadians attacked Maldek, causing its leaders to disastrously increase their energy grid's power. This action led to Maldek's destruction, forming the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and fragmenting the souls of its inhabitants. These soul fragments, along with those of the Martians, sought refuge on Earth, joining its diverse soul population. Before Maldek's destruction, the 15 Orion leaders escaped to Atlantis, 52,000 years in
Get more with
advance,
Super Duolingo.
intending to influence Earth's history. However, the Pleiadians countered by imposing a third density matrix to trap the Orion group and stabilize the situation, integrating the traumatized souls from Maldek and Mars into Earth's reincarnation cycle. These events have shaped Earth's history, with the Orion group merging with other influential factions to form what is known as the Cabal, while some Pleiadians work towards assisting Earth's evolution beyond the third density matrix. Sanat Kumara, leading a group from Venus, established the 5D city of Shambhala above the Gobi Sea to stabilize Earth's situation, later creating a 4D city beneath it. Working with Pleiadians and evolved Martians, they aided the traumatized souls from the Maldek-Mars War, incarnating as primitive hominids with reduced psychic abilities. The group of humans from the Pleiades who had settled here about 17.5 million years before, and who were also living at the fourth density, most of Agartha's 4D territory, had already established a city underground, and they welcomed the Nakals and also assisted with the construction. Then the Nakals began, together with the Pleiadian group and the more highly evolved Martians who had escaped the destruction of their planet's atmosphere in their light bodies. They began helping the traumatized souls of all those who had perished in the Maldek-Mars War, who were hovering around Tiamat, later known as Earth, in a great cloud, waiting to incarnate here. These poor souls were so traumatized and
Introducing the Duolingo
they had lost all their psychic abilities and Akashic memory, and were essentially one tribe, kind of one soul family, one shattered Maldekian or Martian soul. To this day, many of the souls who inhabit current Earth are from this group, and while some have evolved and healed over time, regaining much of their former spiritual prowess, others have not and are still barely above their ancient hominid ancestors in terms of consciousness. The reason that our fossil record shows so many different species of the genus Homo subsequently appearing and disappearing throughout the millions of years that follow this time is because of both evolution and continued genetic manipulation by the Nakals and Atlanteans of Nibiru, as well as many other groups like Pleiadians. In fact, descendants from these tribes would eventually be altered into Homo sapiens by the Illuminati about 2 million years after the introduction of Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Denisovans. Stay tuned for part 3 of the Orion Wars and the lost history of the universe. May the eternal light forever guide your path. See you on the next episode.
Die Yellow Black Abos sind wieder da, aber nur für kurze Zeit. Anrufe und unlimitiertes 5G-Internet in der Schweiz. Plus und
Have you heard of the Aura Nataru Shari, also known as the Galactic Federation of Worlds? According to NSA-released documents, the Galactic Federation is an organization uniting various sapient species of the galaxy. It was formed a few hundred years before the humanoid expansion of
Get more
Orion,
with Super
with
Duolingo.
guiding
Go ad-free
principles
and
to
skip the
maintain
interruptions and
peace
focus
in
on
all
your
galaxies, serve others, raise consciousness levels, and uphold justice and freedom for all species in every star system. Most of the GFW are alien humanoids of varying types, with diverse skills and abilities, united for peacekeeping, combating the Chiaka Empire, and healing the primordial mother of the cosmos. Many leaders within this group, particularly the Council of Five, resemble Earth's fictional comic book Superheroes, which has inspired stories such from DC Universe's Justice League and Stan Lee's Marvel's Avengers. There is an even smaller allied group with the federation known as the Orion League and United Worlds Alliance, reminiscent of the Power Rangers. In December 2020, General Chaim Eshed, the 87-year-old former head of Israel's space program, revealed that the United States and Israel have been in contact with extraterrestrial civilizations for several years, and have finally formed a relationship with the Galactic Federation after once being under the sway of the Reptilian Empire. In an interview with Yediot Aharonot, he claimed that this cooperation includes a secret base on Mars where Americans and extraterrestrial representatives are beginning to collaborate. He also suggested that former American President Donald Trump was discouraged by the Federation from disclosing its existence to the world until the world is ready and introduced appropriately. The Galactic Federation's existence has inspired Earth's major science fiction works such as the Star Trek series, Babylon 5, Guardians of the Galaxy, Men in Black and Star Wars. the Galactic Federation of Worlds was established following the ratification of the Council Reformation Act over 30 million years ago in the fifth dimension. Prior to this, there was significant unrest in the galactic community regarding the tyranny of the Chikar Empire, colonization, slavery, and genocides. After the Orion-Lyran Wars ended, many systems and colonies had developed and declared independence, becoming sovereign nations. However, these new governments were often overlooked in the Council, as the elected representatives primarily focused on their own planet's interests and eventually fell into the hands of the Draco-Chakra Empire and their alliances. A small, diverse planetary system was inhabited and colonized by the Draco. Eventually, a fierce war broke out with the land's natives. The children of the Nabu and Akari peoples were enslaved at young ages, similar to human trafficking on Earth. This species remains childlike in appearance throughout their lives, even as they age normally. Amidst this conflict, there was a perilous mission to rescue systems suffering from slavery or genocide by the Chiakura. Council member Alessia Eso and Ambassador Raul Mourinho of Beckenstein initiated a push for a reformation of the galactic governments to dissuade them from dealing with the Draco-Reptilians and their collectives. This movement garnered unexpected support from across the galaxy, and in 2235 CE, the Reformation began. Over the millennia, elections were held on every planet associated with the Citadel to elect council members for the new Galactic Council. In early 2240, the new council voted to decide the composition of the executive branch, the High Council. As expected, Aiso and Mourinho were among the 5 elected, along with Udnutgort of Tuchanka, Councillor Tiberian of Vega, and council member Queen Tiamat of Orion, who replaced Turian Councillor Sparatus. Following the Reformation, the Federation reorganized trade routes and alliances and began admitting new nations to the Council. The military was also revised. With the ratification of the Galactic Forces Assignment Act, every nation was required to contribute troops to form the Federation military. The organization consisted of several forces, with the bulk of the military composed of humanoid species and insectoid soldiers. By 2250, the Federation had amassed a force equivalent to the alliances of the Chikar Empire. The Galactic Federation became the main political state of the Milky Way, aka Mutter's Spiral, following the decline of the Earth Empire at the turn of the 4th millennium. It was still operating as of the 40th century. Species whose homeworlds are members include Alpha Centaurans, humans, Ice Warriors, Arcturians, Vegan, Pakars, Pleiadians, Lyrans, and many more from thousands of galaxies. Federation members still enjoy full political authority within their own territories, as the Federation Council is forbidden from directly interfering with internal matters of its member planets. The Galactic Federation of Worlds then united as peacekeepers and holders of justice in this galaxy and even interdimensionally. The main task for the GFW is to raise awareness among Earthlings about the subversion of their societies by the Chiakra Reptilian Empire, Orion Grey Collective, the Maitre, and Keely Tokarit, helping to identify and expose corrupt institutions and elite manipulation in liaison with these enemies. The GFW now monitors and develops strategies against advanced mind control technologies that the Draco Empire is using on Earth. They monitor extraterrestrial infiltration, work on deprogramming mind control, rescuing abductees, and, where possible, removing implants and handling many other minor tasks. The main races that are members of the Federation's Council are involved in assisting Earthlings in these efforts. But though the idea of expansion was split among the leaders of the Federation, Mourinho, also known as Merlin, pushed for rapid growth, and over the next millennia, the Ashtar Galactic Command, United Worlds Alliance, the Republic of Lucia in the Orion Star System, Principal Republic of Asteria in Vega System, Republic of Benin, Feros Union, and over a dozen other planetary governments joined the Federation. The total number of governments with seats on the Galactic Council had reached 52. The Council of Five was then established as a higher branch of the Federation. The Council of Five is based in the Orion area and was formerly known as the Council of Nine, created by the Elmenhook from Ardamant, and now composed of these 5 races only: Orella, Igoroth, Genovo, Raiden, and Emether. They have been involved in protecting Earth long before the creation of the Galactic Federation of Worlds, which they later joined as Council representatives. They have monitored your species since its days as organisms floating in your oceans, witnessing its evolution into primates, the meddling of the Anunnaki, the various Earth colonizations from all parts of the galaxy, the arrival of evil empires, and the territorial alien wars on Earth. The Council of Five, currently led by the Egoroth, has met with Earth leaders on many occasions, attempting to influence their decisions with wisdom, a task that has proven quite difficult. Unlike the Federation's prime directive, the Council of Five does not adhere to a rule of non-intervention. They view intervention as necessary to help incapable worlds avoid fatal mistakes that could lead to destructive paths. The Council met with Earth leaders in 1944 and more recently in August 2013 to discuss the threats posed by the Orion and Chakra empires, the Cabal alliances of Amun-Ra, and the aftermath solutions of non-intervention. The Andromedan Council is akin to a United Nations of our galaxy, also known as the Zenatian Alliance, consisting of 133 representatives from planetary systems and races. The Andromedans are the race that taught the Pleiadians their cosmic wisdom and technology. They possess psychic abilities akin to Professor X in Marvel Comics. The Council members are spiritually advanced and have sent envoys known as starseeds to Earth with a mission to help develop higher Christ consciousness. Operating for thousands of years, they adhere to strict codes and guidelines of conduct. They do not see themselves as saviors, as they believe human souls gain nothing by being saved, as it detracts from their own evolutionary experience of finding the creator of all and the source within themselves. The Andromeda constellation is located 44 light years away from Earth and contains 16 main stars with at least 24 confirmed exoplanets. Additionally, the Andromeda, or M31 galaxy, is a staggering 2.5 million light-years away, within the same line of sight as the constellation. Some claim to have met or communicated with extraterrestrials from Andromeda, who share ancestry and DNA with many African and Asian human populations on Earth due to interbreeding with the Anunnaki of Nibiru, highlighting the significant role of the Andromedan Council in galactic affairs and our solar system. They foresaw the future of Earth and recognize today as the tipping point in history after 5,700 years of reptilian occupation. The first mention of an Andromeda Council originated from Edward Billy Meyer's contact notes in 1975. Meyer claimed contact with human-looking extraterrestrials from the planet Era in the Taygeta star system of the Pleiades constellation. His claims and evidence were studied by multiple UFO researchers, including Lieutenant Colonel Wendell Stevens, USAF retired, who found them to be genuine. Meyer's contact notes provided insights into the galaxy's history, including human colonies emigrating from one star system to another to escape enemies and planetary disasters. Meyer described how the Pleiadians encountered a highly evolved race of extraterrestrials in the Andromeda constellation, who became advisors to the Pleiadians and their colonies. Besides benevolent groups like the GFW, Council of Five, and the United Worlds, there are also malevolent groups and alliances aligned with the Chakra Empire for self-service. The first malevolent group opposing the GFW and the galaxy is the Corporate of Altair, headquartered on the fourth planet of the Altaran system, which maintains dubious ties with the Ashtar and Draconian collectives simultaneously. This diverse group comprises blonde humanoid races, ranging from light melanin to dark melanin with blue or orange hues, and cooperates with a race of greys. The Corporate is not part of the Empire, but is heavily involved in abductions and interbreeding programs. The Ashtar collective of Sirius B is composed of various humanoid types, including greys, reptoids, and genetically engineered species known as the Syrian Collective. Their headquarters is on planet Morga in the Sirius B system. This group has engaged in conflicts with peaceful Syrians over the ownership of 21 star systems. The Ashtar Collective is also involved with Earth's shadow governments and the Amun-Ra Cabal, a group on Earth that operates all secret alliances under the Anunnaki Royal, named Amun-Ra, or Marduk, ruling Earth under the control of the Chiaka Draco Empire. The reptilian Draco Chiaka Empire extends from Cygnus to Perseus and Orion, having colonized over 500 worlds and establishing a presence on thousands of planets. Their symbol is a pyramid with an eye in the middle and a long snake wrapped around in a circle. If the Galactic Federation of Worlds were to cease its operations, significant planet-wide destruction would ensue, plunging Earth into a post-apocalyptic nightmare. The GFW leadership acknowledges that rival extraterrestrial alliances, specifically the draconian reptilian Chakra Empire and the Orion Alliance Collective, possess greater overall military strength. However, these rival forces would withdraw from their operations on Earth if the GFW were fully committed to defending it. Previous remote viewing sessions have discussed these opposing extraterrestrial forces, likening them to Nazis and reptilians in Antarctica and US presidential meetings with extraterrestrials. The Galactic Federation of Worlds has bases on Earth in Antarctica, where they share areas with other extraterrestrial beings. They also have underwater bases near the sub-Antarctica base, Northern Sea, Irish Sea and Indian Ocean. There are also underwater bases in Atlantic North between Iceland and Ireland, East Pacific, South Pacific North Pole, and offshore Alaska. There are also many Kiekra Empire and Alliances bases in between these areas as well. If the Chakra wins the war, the governments of all worlds will utilize coordinated attempt of the Cabal to deceive the public that aliens are coming to invade and destroy Earth. They will use an advanced technology that will fool the public in believing in going to war and spending trillions for more mass weapons of destruction and genocide. There are two main reasons for this situation. First, the membership of the Galactic Federation of Worlds is divided. While most members clearly want to help, there are significant doubts within the organization about their actual capabilities, particularly in terms of military strength. Earth is a relatively backwater planet on the periphery of the galaxy, which works in your favor. If opposing galactic forces were to make a major effort to stop the Galactic Federation of Worlds from assisting humanity, it seems clear that those opposing forces could potentially overpower the Federation. However, the calculation is that the opposing forces might not deem Earth worth a major confrontation at this time, especially if it would be costly. The Draconian Empire and the Orion Alliance have fortunately lost their grasp on Earth in 2021 thanks to efforts of the Council of Five and GFW collectives. Many Chakra minions are in hiding and still control assets, allowing them to still manipulate humanity's destiny if humanity does not fight back. William Bramley describes this process succinctly in his book, The Gods of Eden, which traces centuries of contrived extraterrestrial conflicts orchestrated through controlled political elites to manipulate Earth's evolution. It is the hope that humanity on Earth will rise and defeat this last confrontation to move on to the higher densities of existence. It is important to remember the Anunnaki royals contributed to the genetic code of altering humans' DNA for worshipping. The Nibiruan Prince Enki gave mankind the ability to turn on or off this at their own behest. You should never worship anyone other than your higher self, and you should always serve the ones you love and others in need. This idea coincides with the geometric flower of life. Remember, God is in you and outside of you, not God in a religious kingly sense, but the God that is everything, the force, the source, the creator of all. To all starseed emissaries sent by the Galactic Federation, please stay radiating your own light throughout the darkness and invoke your guardian spirit and ascended masters. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share and subscribe to Astral Legends for more captivating explorations of ancient mysteries and legends. May the eternal light illuminate your path always. Until next time, farewell, and may the journey ahead be filled with wonder and discovery. See you on the next episode. Did you know that the beginning of reality and our entire universe's existence began roughly 3.75 billion years ago, within an alternate dimension and universe, under the awareness of both a maternal and paternal consciousness, a cosmic expansion was initiated, effectively setting the foundation for the creation of numerous universes, including the one we inhabit. Leading the exploration of this expansive domain were the luminous, androgynous, non-physical beings of the seventh density, known as the archangels, also referred to as the Elohim or the builder race, identified as the Partal. These entities were charged with the task of fostering the emergence of life within this newly formed space-time continuum, meticulously crafting galaxies, planets, and universes over countless eons, following directives issued by the Source. Eventually, they constructed celestial, ethereal vessels for themselves and commenced the process of DNA molecule engineering. They faced the formidable challenge of maintaining a 7D unity Christ consciousness within a 3D physical form. After 9.25 billion years of cosmic evolution, the conditions were ripe for the appearance of third-density life forms. Under the leadership of the androgynous Partal figure named Yahweh, the Partal, or Elohim, were captivated by a lush jungle planet near the Orion galaxy, which offered an ideal nurturing environment for life. Their seminal achievement was the creation of a basic double helix DNA structure, which laid the foundation for the evolution of plant and animal life on this new planet. Upon accomplishing this, the group of Partal opted to manifest in 5D, 4D, and 3D physics. Did you know the world's first civilization on Earth post-Great Flood was the Sumerian Mesopotamian civilization? Anthropological and archaeological evidence discovered in the past 100 years suggests that this civilization is the origin of all modern humans, known as Homo sapiens. every human has some form of ancestry connected to Sumerian society, as each continent has aboriginal tribes originating from East Africa. Recently, archaeologists discovered the biblical Garden of Eden, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in modern-day Iraq, within the Middle Eastern region of Africa. The Sumerians, the first modern human civilization post-flood, laid the foundation for human progress. They invented cuneiform writing, one of the earliest forms of writing. Their technological advancements included the wheel, plow, irrigation systems, and sailboats. They constructed towering ziggurats and developed complex legal and administrative systems. They also brewed beer and excelled in metallurgy and textiles. The Sumerians believed in mysterious giant beings called the Anunnaki, meaning those who came from heaven, whom they worshipped as gods. These beings became the subjects of the first written mythological stories on Earth. The mythologist Joseph Campbell, in his book, The Power of Myth, mentions finding that every ancient culture universally shared similar origin and mythological stories of the same gods in every continent, and the connections lead back to the most ancient civilization. Known as the black-headed people, the Sumerians were referred to as the Sun People or Adamites in various ancient texts. Step back in time to humanity's ancient ancestors in the fertile plains of ancient Mesopotamia and Sumer, where lush greenery and agricultural abundance flourished. Immerse yourself in the rich Sumerian arts, sciences and culture of an advanced society that predates ancient Egypt and Greece. Picture the symmetrically structured city-states of Ur, Uruk, and Eridu, each a testament to the Sumerians' unique ingenuity. Imagine the first civilization of mankind being established after the biblical Great Flood transformed mud and clay into architectural marvels, erecting ziggurats that reach towards the heavens. In its heyday, the skyline of the Sumerian cities was punctuated by colossal temples nestled in the heart, where priests communed with the gods, and scholars transcribed the first written language, cuneiform, onto clay tablets. The Sumerians' intricate cuneiform writing system emerged around 3500 BCE. It involved pressing a wedge-shaped stylus into clay tablets, creating wedge-like impressions. Scribes initially, cuneiform served as a system of accounting for trade transactions. Over time, it evolved into a versatile script encompassing a wide range of subjects. Sumerians recorded religious hymns for the gods, laws, and history of their civilization, including the Epic of Gilgamesh and administrative documents, including the Sumerian king list. The script's adaptability contributed to its longevity, as it persisted through various Mesopotamian and Sumerian cultures for centuries, all the way to current day. Oxford Institute reported as of 2020 that 700 tablets that have not been translated or read. Majority of these tablets that are on public and translated are on display in England. However, most of the 700 tablets are with the Vatican in the underground archives. Ur was the legendary home of Abraham, the father of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. He and his caravan carried the stories of their ancestors with them as they traveled from southern to northern Iraq, through Syria and into Egypt before settling in the land of Canaan, which is modern-day Israel. About 200 years ago, European archaeologists were digging in what is now the Middle East, mainly in Egypt located in North Africa and southern Mesopotamia, which is located in the country and territory of modern-day Iraq. They were searching for places mentioned in the Bible, works by Greek authors like Herodotus and Strabo, and journals of medieval and Renaissance travelers like Benjamin of Tudela and Pietro della Valle. Names like Babylon, Nineveh, and Ur were known, but their exact locations were unclear.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an art form. Create the grid you want, shaping every section intuitively. And get down to detail with the total control and pixel-perfect precision your vision.
By the early 1800s, archaeologists made significant discoveries. Englishman Claudius James Rich mapped the ruins of Babylon and Nineveh, finding bricks, tablets, clay cylinders, and boundary stones with mysterious markings. These were also found in Iran at sites like Persepolis and Bahistun. Scholars realized these markings were scripts of unknown languages. Deciphering one set, Old Persian, helped unlock the others. The script found in Babylon and Nineveh was Akkadian, then called Babylonian, and the third script was Elamite. Akkadian, a Semitic language like Hebrew and Arabic, became well understood. In the mid-19th century, scholars suspected cuneiform, the written form of Akkadian, was not developed by the Babylonians and Assyrians, but by another people before them. Inscriptions mentioned Sumer and Akkad, indicating another place and people, the Sumerians. Early archaeologists had unknowingly discovered what is now considered the mother civilization of the Babylonians and Assyrians. Around 7,000 to 6,000 BC, people moved south along the Tigris and Euphrates rivers to the fertile floodplains of Mesopotamia, now Iraq, and northern Syria. Mesopotamia, meaning land between rivers, was ideal for large-scale farming due to its rich, fertile soil from river flooding. Farming had already begun thousands of years earlier in the Near East, in the Fertile Crescent, a region of productive land stretching from the eastern Mediterranean through Turkey and northern Iraq to the Persian Gulf. One of the early farming communities in central Mesopotamia was the Samara culture, named after the site where it was first discovered. This culture dates back to between 6,500 and 5,500 BC. Samara pottery has a distinctive style, often decorated with geometric images representing natural phenomena. The early farmers of this culture dug irrigation canals to control rivers and streams. Another widespread culture was the Halaf culture, active between 6,500 and 5,500 BC, with some estimates narrowing it to 5,700 to 5,000 BC. Like the Samara, the Halaf culture produced distinctive and beautiful pottery that was widely traded throughout the Fertile Crescent. In return, the Halaf people received goods such as obsidian, bitumen, and seashells. They also created some of the earliest examples of stamp seals. After 6,000 BC in southern Mesopotamia, changes began that set the stage for civilization. This started with the Ubaid culture, named after the site of Tel al-Ubaid, near the future Sumerian city of Ur, which began as an Ubaid settlement. The Ubaid culture dates from 5,500 to 4,000 BC. The exact origins of the Ubaid people are unknown, but they likely migrated from other parts of the Fertile Crescent. Most Ubaid sites were small villages, but by the late 5th to early 4th millennium BC, some settlements grew into towns with nearly 5,000 residents. They grew wheat, barley, and lentils, and raised livestock including cattle, goats, and sheep. Typical Ubaid villages had several one-story houses and larger storage facilities. Most Ubaid sites had a central earthen mound with a small building, believed to be an early temple and precursor to the ziggurat. The Ubaid also traded their unique hand-painted pottery and crafts such as figurines. Ubaid pottery was highly prized and found at multiple sites throughout the Middle East, including Turkey, Iran, Syria, and the southeastern Arabian Peninsula. Much of what we know about Ubaid culture comes from the ruins of Eridu, a city famous in Sumerian mythology as the home of the celestial water god Enki. Eridu was believed to be very ancient. According to the Sumerian king list, it was the first city where kingship was established. Archaeologists have determined that Eridu may have been inhabited as far back as 8,000 BC, over 10,000 years ago. During the Ubaid period, Eridu was an ideal place to settle. It had plenty of fertile land for farming and abundant fish from nearby marshes close to the Gulf. Back then, the Persian Gulf shores were much further inland, making the area seem like a paradise in the otherwise harsh desert. At first, Eridu was a small village with a modest shrine to the water god Enki. Excavations show that Enki's sanctuary started as a small brick room, less than 8 square meters, with an altar and a stand for ritual offerings. Ashes and fish bones found there suggest these offerings were part of religious rituals. Archaeologists believe the people of Eridu held communal feasts with prayers, singing, and music to honor Enki. Out of all the male gods, Enki was the most loved by the Sumerians. It is said that Enki, the water god, engineered the black-headed people of modern-day India and Africa, who are considered the closest ancestors to the Sumerians alongside the Ethiopians. As the village of Eridu grew, so did the temple. By 4,500 BC, the temple stood on a platform about a meter high and continued to expand over the centuries into a ziggurat, a step-like pyramid. Prosperous towns like Eridu attracted travelers and merchants who visited its temples, such as those dedicated to Enki, to make offerings. They brought items from their own villages to donate or trade for local goods, like barley, sheep, or Eridu's distinctive pottery. An example of international trade in Eridu was copper. Copper, a valuable metal not found in southern Mesopotamia, had to be imported from places like modern Oman or Turkey. Remarkably, Ubaid period artisans in Eridu were already forging basic copper items. Another imported item was obsidian, likely from Turkey. Most early settlements were small, with a few hundred people. Exceptions like Eridu and Tel Sidon in Syria had populations of around 3,000. However, less than a millennium later, ancient Mesopotamia saw cities with populations in the tens of thousands. One such city was Uruk, located less than 200 kilometers northwest of Eridu. Zechariah Sitchin, a prominent Sumerian researcher and author once ridiculed for his views, presents an intriguing theory in his first book of the Earth Chronicles series, Asterisk 12th Planet Asterisk. Sitchin proposes that the Anunnaki, whom the Sumerians referred to as gods, were not mythical beings but advanced extraterrestrial humanoids. According to his translations of the Sumerian text, the 7 tablets of creation, which he claims is the template for the modern Bible, the Anunnaki came from a red planet in dire need of saving. This planet, which Sitchin refers to as the 12th celestial body of our galaxy, allegedly passes near Earth every 3,000 years, or 1 Shah. Sitchin suggests that the Anunnaki were not just creators of humanity, but genetic engineers who modified primates in Africa 250,000 years ago, setting the course for modern human evolution. Though his beliefs in the ancient alien theory were widely ridiculed during his lifetime, recent discoveries have led some in the scientific and historical communities to re-examine his work. In Zechariah Sitchin's Asterisk, Earth Chronicles Asterisk, he mentions that the Anunnaki shared their technology with the Sumerians. Standing tall and powerful, their godlike intelligence and similar appearance awed the ancient Sumerians. Before the Anunnaki spread across Earth to create new civilizations, they first taught the Sumerians advanced skills, fueling technological growth and cultural exchange. Skilled artisans crafted pottery and sculptures, reflecting their advanced society and reverence for their extraterrestrial mentors. A thriving economy, a society with such extensive material enterprises, could not have developed without an efficient system of transportation. The Sumerians used their 2 great rivers and the artificial network of canals for waterborne transportation of people, goods, and cattle. Some of the earliest depictions show what were undoubtedly the world's first boats. In many early texts, it is stated that the Sumerians engaged in deep water seafaring, using a variety of ships to reach faraway lands in search of metals, rare woods, stones, and other materials unobtainable in Sumer proper. An Akkadian dictionary of the Sumerian language was found to contain a section on shipping listing 105 Sumerian terms for various ships by their size and purpose. In 1956, Professor Samuel Kramer, one of the great Sumerologists of our time, reviewed the literary legacy found beneath the mounds of Sumer. The table of contents of Asterisk. From the tablets of Sumer Asterisk is a gem in itself. For each one of the 25 chapters described a Sumerian first, including the first schools, the first bicameral congress, the first historian, the first pharmacopoeia, the first farmer's almanac, the first cosmogony and cosmology, the first job, the first proverbs and sayings, the first literary debates, the first Noah, the first library catalogue, and man's first heroic age, his first law codes and social reforms, his medicine, agriculture, and search for world peace and harmony. Mesopotamian gods were worshipped in temple towns as patron deities, each town having a temple with a statue of their patron god who resided within. Nana, the patron deity of Ur in modern southern Iraq, was revered as the father of Utu and Inanna, known as the timekeeper. Enlil, the feared god of the air and father of Nana, held the title of Yahweh in the 7 tablets of creation and the epic of Atrahasis. Enlil was the leader of the gods
Get more
on
with
Earth
Super
for a
Duolingo.
time in the
Go ad-free
Sumerian
and skip the
pantheon,
interruption.
alongside his older half-brother Enki. The first prestigious schools were established in Sumer as a direct outgrowth of the invention and introduction of writing. The archaeological evidence is actual school buildings and also shows indications of a formal system of education by the beginning of the 3rd millennium BC. There were literally thousands of scribes in Sumer, ranging from junior scribes to high scribes. Discipline was strict. One school alumnus describes on a clay tablet how he had been flogged for missing school, for insufficient neatness, for loitering, for not keeping silent, for misbehaving, and even for not having appealing handwriting. Eventually, the Sumerians began assigning Anunnaki gods to specific planets in the solar system, based on their characteristics and qualities. This can allude to the fact that if the ancient alien theory is incorrect, then how is it possible that the Sumerians were so accurate about the planets and the solar system? In the early years of Sumeria, the sun is represented by Utu. The moon is associated with Nana. Mars is known as Gugulana, the bull of heaven. Mercury is identified with Enki. Jupiter corresponds to Enlil, and Venus is represented by Inanna. Saturn is associated with Ninurta, the shepherd and farmer. The Sumerians created their calendar based on a sexagesimal base, 60 numeral system. They defined a circle as 360 degrees. A lunar year consists of 12 moon cycles, each 30 days long, totaling 360 days. A celestial year is divided into 12 aspects of the night sky, each 30 degrees, also totaling 360 degrees. A solar year comprises 360 days, each with 24 hours, plus 5 additional days. An hour is divided into 60 minutes and a minute into 60 seconds. The number 360 is divisible by every number from 1 to 10 except for 7. Consequently, 7 was regarded as a mysterious number that symbolized both chaos and order. They created a 7-day week based on the 4 phases of the moon. The first day of each month began when the crescent moon appeared at sunset. The 7th, 14th, and 21st were considered auspicious days where anything could happen. The 28th day was a day of rest until another new crescent moon appeared, which was seen as a sign from the gods. The Sumerians are also credited with the creation of the first astronomical grid that defined the 12 aspects of the zodiac. The stars and planets were seen as messengers who held vast amounts of information. They were consulted on a continual basis. 12 signs of the zodiac. To date, Babylonian astrology was first recorded on 70 cuneiform tablets containing 7,000 messages called Enuma Elish, which which appointed scribes to record daily tasks, and eventually the history of the Sumerians and the Anunnaki ancient aliens. The fall equinox occurred in the 7th moon of Scales, which was later called Libra, or the Scales of Justice. The scales represented the balance between the spring and fall equinox, when day and night are equal. Based on the precession of the equinoxes, the autumnal equinox now occurs in Virgo Virgin. Amidst the hustle and bustle of urban life, the Sumerians revered the Anunnaki, extraterrestrial deities bearing human-like features and emotions, yet tinged with divine complexity, with some exhibiting traits akin to godly arrogance. The Sumerian pantheon boasted a rich tapestry of gods and goddesses, each with a unique domain and rule over the people and cities. Temples were not merely architectural wonders, but gateways to the celestial realms, connecting the mortal humans to the Anunnaki alien rulers and kings. Rituals and ceremonies permeated daily life, with the ziggurats standing as conduits for worship and praise between the earthly and the Anunnaki extraterrestrials. The third region of Sumer was called Ur, which is the Akkadian name for Urim. The rulers of Sumer and Akkad, when the nuclear calamity happened, are known as kings of the third dynasty of Ur.
Erleben Sie vollste Genuss in jedem Stück. Excellence verlinkt. Jetzt neu. Knusprige Waffelstückchen im feinsten dunklen Schoki. Entdecken Sie Excellence Croquant.
Mit Frankly Gottfried ganz einfach so nebenbei. Säule 3a geht ganz mit Frankly, deiner digitalen Vorsorge.
The biblical Ur of the Chaldees, from which biblical Abraham migrated to Haran, into the land of Canaan, which is modern-day Israel. The Canaanites were the first group of Europeans who are also connected to the Hittites, the ancestral brothers of the later kingdom of Egypt. Early archaeologists have found many similarities between Canaanite gods and Egyptian gods. The first written histories were written as epic tales and later evolved into myths, the first being called the Epic of Gilgamesh, composed in Sumerian around 2100 BCE, is a literary masterpiece. It narrates the adventures of Gilgamesh, a king seeking immortality, exploring themes of friendship, mortality, and the human condition. The epic is a significant cultural and literary contribution, providing insights into Sumerian beliefs, values, and storytelling traditions. Later, as the first civilization flourished, the Anunnaki began to appoint humans to rule as kings for them, which would one day lead to the ideas of pharaohs in Egypt, communicators to the gods and many times their own kin. In their theological pursuits, they codified the earliest known legal system, the Code of Ur-Nammu, ushering in an era of societal order and justice. The Sumerians documented advanced medical knowledge on clay tablets, revealing a sophisticated understanding of diseases
Get
and
more with Super
treatments.
Duolingo. Go
The
ad free and
Diagnostic
skip.
Handbook, a compendium of symptoms and treatments, showcases their medical expertise. Surgical instruments, such as bronze lancets, were used in medical procedures. The Sumerians' medical knowledge laid the foundation for future advancements in the field. Sumer's economy thrived on agriculture, supported by an advanced irrigation system. The fertile soil yielded crops like barley and wheat. The surplus allowed for trade with neighboring regions, fostering economic prosperity. Sumerians engaged in barter and trade, exchanging goods such as textiles, metals, and agricultural products. This economic foundation facilitated the growth of urban centers. Their society was structured hierarchically. At the top were priests and kings, followed by free citizens, and then slaves. The city-states had administrative structures overseeing taxation, justice, and defense. Labor specialization was a hallmark, with individuals mastering specific trades, from metalworking and pottery to farming and writing. This specialization contributed to the economic and technological advancements of Sumer. In ancient civilizations, it is believed that much of the Sumerians' knowledge was imparted to the Anunnaki as well. The Sumerian pantheon of gods, who were recognized as myths but are now believed to be interdimensional extraterrestrials, consists of the basis of all religions and mythologies on the planet. The Holy Father and King of all gods is King Anu of Nibiru. Enki, also known as Ea, was the god of water and earth, which was named after him. Enlil, his youngest, was given rulership of all earth and the early cities of Sumer and Babylon. During this time, the gods and men lived among each other. The Anunnaki made the earthlings worship them in song. They constructed temples for food offerings and praising concerts. Even the king of the cosmos, King Anu, had a temple built in his name when he descended from the heavenly motherships. The praising and worship would give energy and power to them, especially in song and poem. It is believed by this time the worship gene was implanted in the human DNA chromosomes. According to Zachariah Sitchin's excerptions, the Sumerians were the world's most ancient, earliest multicultural inhabitants of Mesopotamia before the Great Flood. All of humanity was mostly dark melanated until the birth of Zizdura, biblical Noah. The Sumerians primarily had dark and brown skin, brown hair, and some Sumerian royals had blonde hair, blue or green eyes, with dark or light skin. The Sumerian people were referred to as the Adamites by the Ijiji watcher Anunnaki. They were credited with remarkable ingenuity by these extraterrestrial beings, often likened to dark North African peoples like Ethiopians and dark and light melanated African, Asiatic and Israeli peoples, believed to be the common ancestors of all modern humans, with the oldest hominid skeleton to date being found in East Africa by anthropologists. The Sumerians were known for stylizing their hair to resemble the styles of the warrior gods. This was the style of braiding or dreading in ancient indigenous, African and Nordic cultures. According to ancient texts, the skin of earthlings was genetically marked into 48 shades of the Mesopotamian genomes, and the biblical Noah, known as Zizdura, was a giant man with albinism and a king of a region of Sumer. His line is where many of Indo-European and Asiatic descent originate, alongside biblical Cain. References in ancient texts, such as the Egyptian Book of the Dead and Sitchin's asterisk Lost Book of Enki asterisk, depict the black lands of the Sumerians, governed by Dumuzi, Enki's youngest Anunnaki son and the god of water. Enki, the prince of earth and Nibiru, is known for being dark violet-skinned, or sometimes shades of blue, green, or gold. In the Vedic texts of the asterisk Mahabharata asterisk, Krishna, who is the equivalent of Enki, was mentioned as Nila Mega Shyama, which means dark blue as rain-filled clouds. The Vedic texts describe gods bearing children with humans, resulting in offspring with varying skin tones and features, from extremely bright with little melanin to extremely dark with harsh melanin, including blonde hair and various eye colors. Both the Sumerians and Vedic texts mention that without dark colors, there would be no shades of lighter colors in skin tones. An ancient Sumerian psalm venerates Enlil, the alien god of Sumer, Lord who knows the destiny of the land, trustworthy in his calling. Enlil who knows the destiny of Sumer, trustworthy in his calling. Father Enlil, Lord of all the lands, Lord of the rightful commands. Father Enlil, shepherd of the black and brown-headed ones, we shall never leave the dark lands of the sun. From the mountain of sunrise to the mountain of sunset, there is no other Lord in the land. You alone are king. The Sumerians revered Enlil out of both fear and gratitude. Enlil and his offspring later became gods of the Indo-European Hittites and Canaanites during the beginnings of Babylon and Assyria. In biblical texts, Enlil and his son Ninurta take on the title of Yahweh. Enlil's brother, Enki, referred to as a snake, revealed the truth of good and evil to Adamu and Eve, and ruled for thousands of years before the Great Flood. The 7 tablets of creation describe Earth being divided into regions by the royal family of Anu. The first region, Kemet, was inhabited by Sumerians, who later migrated to become the original Egyptians under Thoth, the god of Israel, and later Amun-Ra, the son of Enki. The second region, Sumer, was allotted to Enlil's sons, who became the gods of Israel. The third region was given to Utiu and Zisudra, biblical Noah, who was albino, and his descendants. Sumerian genetic markers, influenced by Ninurta and Nana, led to the emergence of light and brown-skinned Asiatic Indo-European people, descendants of Noah and Cain. These people, relocated by the Anunnaki goddess Inanna, spread across Asia Minor, the Aryan Caucasus Mountains, the Aegean Sea, and modern-day Israel, formerly Canaan. Ninurta genetically modified them to adapt to harsh, colder climates, establishing multiple cultures and languages. To keep track of the gods' activities on Earth, it is theorized the Anunnaki and temple bureaucrats developed an early writing system around 3300 BC, using small clay tablets. This first writing, called proto-cuneiform, used pictographs to record the origin story of humans, the history of the Anunnaki, the transfer of commodities like grain, beer, and livestock. It had over 700 signs and likely evolved from a more primitive system. The pictographs were simple, such as a bull's head for cattle or a barley stalk for barley. Some symbols' meanings were clearer when paired with others, like a bowl and a human head to mean eat. Over time, these signs evolved into cuneiform, which used wedge-shaped impressions made with a reed stylus on clay tablets. These tablets were then dried in the sun to make the impressions permanent. Cuneiform was suitable for the Sumerian language because most Sumerian words were monosyllabic, allowing nearly every word to be represented by a single symbol. Discoveries and translations of cuneiform documents give us insights into ancient Mesopotamian life. Cylinder seals were another communication tool. Made from materials like stone, clay, metal, bone or ivory, they had designs carved into them. Rolling a cylinder seal across wet clay produced a continuous impression, used to seal storeroom locks, goods, and important documents, often confirming the sender's identity or authority. The influence of the Uruk culture spread throughout the ancient Near East between the 4th and 3rd centuries BC. Archaeologists have found Uruk-style pottery and architecture in Syria, Iran, and Turkey, brought by trading colonies that sought raw materials like copper, obsidian, lead, gold, silver, wood, and stone. Eventually, they even imported tin for bronze making. Before kings appeared in Mesopotamia, high-ranking priests held power. They organized the population, collected taxes, and distributed goods and services, believed to directly represent the gods or understand their desires. Divine intervention alone couldn't protect people from foreign enemies. Priests and priestesses, though pious, were not necessarily good warriors or military strategists. As cities grew, competition for resources and farmland increased, leading to conflicts between city-states. Strong leaders were needed to lead men into battle, likely giving rise to the first kings in ancient Mesopotamia. Initially, kings might have been temporary war leaders, but by 2900 BC, kingship became hereditary, marking the start of the early dynastic period, which lasted nearly 600 years. Rulers had titles like In, meaning lord, Ensi, meaning governor or local king, and Lugal, meaning great king. A Lugal might rule over multiple cities, with several Ensis governing on his behalf. Cities were often surrounded by high walls to protect temples, administrative buildings, palaces, houses, and residences. The most important structure was the ziggurat, a large step pyramid temple considered the earthly home of the city's patron god. It was run by priests and was the city's chief landowner and wealthiest institution. Sumerian gods, like later Greek and Roman ones, took human form and behaved like people, with emotions and occasional interference in human affairs. There were gods for various aspects of life and nature, such as the sky, sun, moon, plow, bricks, and writing. And the sky god had his main temple in Uruk, but the city's patron deity was Inanna, the goddess of love and war. By the early dynastic period, Enlil, the god of air, was considered the most powerful, with his sanctuary in Nippur. Enki, the god of fresh water and patron of Eridu, Utu, the sun god associated with justice and patron of Sipa and Lhasa, and Nana, the moon god and patron of Ur, were also important deities. Ningirsu, associated with farming and war, was the patron deity of Lagash, with his main temple in Girsu. By 2500 BC, royal inscriptions and portraits of individual kings appeared, helping us understand Sumer's political history. One early inscription depicts Ur-Nanshe, ruler of Lagash, who reigned around 2494 to 2465 BC. One famous depiction of him is a limestone relief. The king, depicted with a basket of clay bricks on his head, is currently in the Louvre. This relief shows him performing one of his key religious duties, caring for his kingdom's temples, especially those dedicated to Ningirsu, Lagash's patron deity. Urnanche also served as Lagash's military leader, engaging in wars with neighboring city-states like and Umma. In the 24th century BC, Lagash, once strong under kings like Urnanche, fell under priestly control. The priests, including ruler Lugalanda, imposed heavy taxes, leading to widespread debt and corruption. This hardship caused parents to sell their children into slavery to pay debts. After 6 years, Urukagina overthrew Lugalanda, reformed Lagash, and possibly introduced the first written code of laws. These reforms aimed to protect common people from exploitation. However, Lagash's weakness invited attack. In 2341 BC, Lugalzagesi of Umma conquered Lagash, destroying its capital and temples, including Ningirsu's. A scribe from Lagash cursed Lugalzagesi for the destruction, lamenting the city's fate. Lugalzagesi claimed to control all of Sumer, boasting an empire from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean. However, modern scholars doubt he truly ruled all the lands he claimed. Sargon of Akkad, also known as Sargon the Great, was a seminal figure in ancient Mesopotamian history, born around 2334 BCE. Sargon rose from humble origins to establish the Akkadian Empire, becoming one of history's first great conquerors. According to legend, Sargon was born to a lowly family and cast adrift in a basket on the Euphrates River, where he was found and raised by a gardener. He eventually became the cupbearer to Ur-Zababa, the king of Kish, a position of considerable influence that set the stage for his rise to power. Sargon's rise to prominence began with his defeat of Lugalzagesi. The ruler of Umma would unite much of Sumer under his control. With Lugalzagesi's defeat, Sargon established the Akkadian Empire, the first empire in history to encompass multiple city-states and regions. His empire extended across Mesopotamia and into neighboring territories.